What's the laziest, easiest way you've lost weight? Got invisalign. I stopped snacking throughout the day because I was too lazy to take the retainers out. Sometimes I'm too lazy to make dinner and just have sleep instead. Passively rode a recumbent exercise bike while I played video games. I played a few hours a day and I honestly didn't even notice I was riding. Look down at the end of the night to see I've rode 20 miles. One day I played games all day and it said I rode over 100 miles and burned like 6,000 calories. Before I wore that thing out, I think I lost like 40 pounds over one summer. Stopped drinking sodas. Salmonella. I lost 6.5 kilograms in 7 days. Intermittent poverty is good and experiencing a major depressive episode are my go-to FWIW. Unsubscribing my DoorDash membership. Walk whenever possible. Rave scene. Ecstasy and LSD don't really mix with food. Go out to buy groceries on a full stomach. Your cravings to buy unhealthy random foods should go down a bit. Cancer, chemotherapy then a heart attack. Lost 90 pounds. I do not recommend it. I was a fatty in middle school, had a lazy summer after 8th grade playing video games, guess I forgot to eat, came back for 9th grade and everyone was like, how'd you get so skinny? Honestly thought I was still fat, didn't even realize I lost all that weight lol. Hard drugs and severe depression really did the trick for me. Go through a breakup. My wife died. Sadness and depression made me lose my appetite. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because the best cook I've ever known was gone. By not eating. I stopped eating before bed. Find an active hobby you don't hate. I started rock climbing. It burns a ton of calories, I can stay for hours. I go twice a week now. Laziest physically was eating less and cutting out junk. Mentally it was torture, which made me realize this shit is basically drugs. Salmonella poisoning. Not intentional of course, but I lost 20 pounds in 6 days. I had a 2-night hospital stay and I begged for death. Even when I was released, I couldn't stomach the idea of food, and for an extra week all I could eat was plain toast, white rice, and water. 0-10 do not recommend. This isn't quite as lazy as others and slightly more positive, but once I decided it was okay for me to smoke weed and watch TV while I worked out, it suddenly became much easier to convince myself to work out. Drinking more water. Just started riding the elevator up to class in college and walking down the stairs to my next class. Wasn't long before I found walking to class easier and started walking upstairs too. Total game changer. No intense cardio, or crazy pills or radical surgery. Just 2 legs and places to be. Oh, and cutting back on processed foods too, so much better tasting and weirdly cheaper. Too lazy to make lunch, too lazy to buy food, so I just waited until I got home from work to eat. Depression, oats, bananas, beans, and rice. Rinse and repeat. Don't keep anything easy to prepare or particularly tasty in the house. If you're not hungry enough to spend 20 minutes cooking up some bland rice, you're not really hungry. Even shit like that will taste like manna from heaven when you're truly hungry. I was broke. Lived on 2 hot dogs a day for something like 3 months. Dropped from 200 pounds down to 170 pounds, before that I had dropped from 200 by eating a single paleo meal a day, also cause I was broke and couldn't afford more than 1 meal a day. Then I went broke and could only afford the hot dogs. I'm back on my feet financially, but going so long with so little food has kind of reset my hunger, and so now I'm not even hungry enough to eat enough to put any weight back on. Which is now an issue because I'm trying to build muscle at the gym now. Stop drinking sweet tea. depression and anorexia. Would never recommend though. Getting divorced makes it an easy side effect. Stop drinking alcohol. Eliminating alcohol. I had so much anxiety in my daily life that my appetite disappeared. I still ate but very sparingly as I couldn't get anything down. It wasn't my intention at all to lose weight. VR games. I bought my kids' Quest headsets for Christmas and accidentally lost £10 playing when the kids were asleep. Got myself one and lost another £30 playing Beat Saber. Moderate eating disorder. Intermittent fasting, increasing hydration. Running around a lot at work to double up exercise with work time. Also got a couple promotions because of this. A leg amputation. Lost a whole lot of weight instantly. I got all for wisdom teeth, which were coming in basically sideways and upside down, surgically removed in high school. Ended up ripping a bunch of sutures when I first woke up after and had to get them repacked. A liquid-only diet, with spoons only, for 2 weeks with the metabolism of a fairly active 16-year-old will melt those pounds off. I think I legit dropped 15 pounds in 2 weeks, and I was already a pretty lean dude. Stopped drinking beer last summer. Lost 15 pounds in 6 weeks. Started drinking again in the fall, gained it all back. Tapeworm. Stopped drinking soda. Only been about 5-6 months, but none of my pants stay on anymore without a belt. Cut creamer from my coffee, drink it black now. All that sugar. It was easier once I started buying coffee I liked. I used to fight kickboxing. Saunas are painful but you just chill there until you almost die and they dragged you to the scale. Phentermine. Kills your hunger and gives you energy to do stuff. Depression did it for me. When I'm really miserable, I stop having much of an appetite. I was in the day clinic for 4 weeks many years back and lost 4 kilograms during that time without even trying a little bit, and despite regular meals in the day clinic I just ate teeny tiny portions because I was lacking the appetite. Didn't harm me. I am and have always been a bit chubby lol. Divorce. Being poor D. Brush your teeth immediately after dinner. You have to be really desperate for a late snack to ruin those clean teeth. Just got rid of sugary drinks. Stop drinking alcohol. Eat less to begin with. A. It's cheaper, don't have to work so hard long for money. B. You don't have to shop as much. C. You don't have to lift your fork as much. D. You don't have to wash so many dishes. Cancer. Victory hand hash. Intermittent fasting. No food for 16 hours in a day, but drinking is allowed through the whole day. Not much sugary drinks but like water and coffee tea. Cutting out sugar. If I wanted sugar it had to come from fruits or vegetables. Tougher than it seems, but I lost weight pretty fast. Easiest when you live alone and are the sole provider of groceries. Just do not buy any junk food. Have very simple meals, I'm talking like 2 apples for lunch. Save your biggest, most nutritional meal for supper. Consider coffee and a piece of toast for breakfast. Limit your options, limit your waistline. Keto worked to lose a lot fast. But it wasn't really sustainable for me long term. Stopped all carbs and lived on vegetables, fruits and meat. Lost 50 pounds in 6 months. Stopped eating past 8 p.m. Stopping the pill as a woman. Had a stomach ulcer for nearly a whole month, could hardly eat anything, lost like 20 pounds lol. Got mono. Slept all the time and had no appetite.